Hello and welcome to Live at the Party. We are NyxRising Industries. I'm JD, your Dungeon Master. Before we start, a few things. You may notice we have a beautiful set. We'd like to thank everyone who has supported us on Indiegogo for being able to fund us building this. We could not be happier and we could not be prouder of you. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Secondly, we have teamed up with Wormwood Gaming Supplies to bring you some beautiful, beautiful things. We have 2 discount codes for their products. You can see here some of their stuff they make. They make beautiful handmade wood gaming supplies, so like dice trays, dice vaults, dice towers, a bunch of other stuff. You can hold like gaming tables if you want. The ones that we can set out are absolutely gorgeous. So we have, if you're in the US, free domestic shipping with the code LIFEOFPARTY, all caps, all one word. We'll put that in the description below. We also, if you're anywhere other than the US, we have the code LIFEOFPARTYINT. That's LIFEOFPARTYINT is an international, and that will give you $10 off shipping. We can't recommend enough that you use these codes. I just bought my own thing. I bought my own dice vault as well. It's gorgeous.
Thank you, Wormwood.
Thank you so much, Wormwood. Thank you everyone for supporting us, for everything you've done for us. 2019 has been incredible, and 2020 we're gonna smash it.
Yeah.
Natural 2020. Here we go. Here we go.
Should we cue that title sequence?
Cue title sequence!
What was that?
Funny sights, guys.
What funny sights will we see in 2020?
Okay. We catch up with our adventurers in the small town of Wilson's Landing on Lake Felric. Having escaped from Sanskra, trekked through the jungles, investigated a pyramid workshop, risked their lives, encountered some undead, and travelled further, they find themselves in this quaint, small fishing town. The town is preparing to head off to a larger city on the other side of the lake the next morning to compete in what seem to be the Lake Games, a series of competitions and events where towns from around the lake compete in the city of Lakeside for acclaim and fame. Our party have found a familiar face. The mercenary twartle named Pebble has accosted them on the docks. Scared them. Pebble has just introduced himself and he's standing behind you as all 6 of you sit on the docks. What would you like to do?
Elyse immediately just turns away and looks back to her pastry and is kind of sitting very still.
Boblem exclaims.
Boblem. It's good to see you all. You should. I'd like to speak to you. Let's find somewhere a bit quieter.
Of course.
Alright.
Glad to see you all safe and well.
Same to you.
How did you get here so fast?
I'm a strong swimmer.
Right.
How did you get here so fast?
We got a boat.
Oh, I won't question that. He turns and slowly plods off down the dock. You do draw a fair few eyes, good like 10, 12 people sort of looking at this odd cavalcade of characters, sort of as you walk past. He leads you a little bit through the town itself and then just down the river, basically to the edge of the tree line itself, where the last few buildings are sort of thinned out and you're closer to the trees. And that night, something went down, huh?
It did.
I heard the bells not long after you left. Do you want to fill me in on what happened? Or?
Some misunderstandings. And some miscommunication with the Sanskra guard who wouldn't listen to us.
I got that impression. They're looking for all of you now. The city went wild that night.
It wasn't our fault. They're the ones who started the fire.
I didn't hear any reports of a fire. What were you going to say, Torwon?
No, we only helped put out the fire.
I think it wasn't so much the fire, it was more the fighting.
I think we would like to try and put Sanskrit behind us and get away from there as fast as possible.
I think that's a good idea. Where's Bet's Creek? The word on the streets is that you and the lady are working in conjunction.
That's not true.
That's not what the card believe. I trust you, reasonably enough, for having known the six of you for a day or so, but I don't see a connection. They raided the bar.
Oh no.
No one was hurt, but they were looking for you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. They asked some questions of me, of the bartender. The lady has been taken into custody.
Lady Turquoise has been taken in.
And they believe the two of you are inexplicably linked.
Well, the explanation's easy enough. She wanted to work with us and we didn't take her up in the offer.
Apparently you were seen leaving on a houseboat.
We didn't even have time to say yes or no, I guess, did we?
Say yes or no to what?
She made us an
She
offer.
made us an offer to work for her.
We were gonna say no.
Yeah, but then, you know.
She wanted to
Stuff
shift the
happened.
blame for the killing of the guard captain.
Well, you're going in the right direction. Look, as far as I know, the main bridge is now closed.
Good.
Do you know what kind of move the Dragonborn who were in the city made after
I don't know, I'm sorry.
they leave? Or
The city is... they're sinking the city for a while.
sinking?
Below the waves. And I left, they were making preparations.
I guess I'm not surprised that that's something they can do.
So be it. It's behind us. We'll just watch our backs for now.
Yeah.
Is that why you left? Or were you looking for us specifically?
No, I wasn't looking for you. Things were getting dangerous. A lot of questions were being asked, and it's a place I'd rather not be.
Well, I'm glad we ran into you again, anyway.
Likewise. I wouldn't concern yourself too much with the guard. I don't know what's happening with them, but I don't imagine they're chasing you up this way. The lady, however, I'd keep an eye out for her. Her men. She's not best pleased, from what I understand.
Oh boy.
But
Great. More enemies.
hey, if you had nothing to do with it, I'm sure it'd be fine. He sort of claps his like big mitts together and let's get to the ring. Why don't we?
Please.
What time is it?
It's like shortly after afternoon, I believe. Or
Oh.
shortly after midday, sorry, it's like early mid-afternoon.
Bit early for a drink, but alright.
I think I said last time, but Elyse is wearing like the headscarf and
Yeah.
different clothes and everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everything's covered. I don't know. Did he seem like he recognised me as the same person who was disguised as Cordelia, or is it just he's addressing the whole group?
He's addressing the whole group, but he's seen your face before.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you
I
don't recognize
disguised
you.
him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, we were just in a tavern. I guess we could go back there for a drink.
It was kind of busy. I don't know whether we want to discuss this matter any further, but we'll be staying here overnight and then we're heading up to Lakeside.
So you've got the bands. Some of you are you playing the games?
I guess we've been talked into it.
Was the idea. It was a rather serious note.
Okay. Maybe I'll take in the hand myself.
Hey, you'd be really good at it.
I think I would too.
You want to join our team?
Is it your team?
Oh,
Their
it's
team.
It's the town's
the
team.
town's team.
I'll talk around.
Should we perhaps procure rooms somewhere?
Are we not going to sleep on the ship?
We
Good.
Yeah.
could, but
Save money.
You're the one who's always talking about sleeping somewhere nicer.
Okay. I mean, the ship's nice. I don't mind. We can find a tavern, proper beds. Just I'm not too keen on leaving the ship unattended for too long.
I don't know, me neither.
We can put it back in the bottle.
I don't think that would
We have
draw a
to
lot
do
of
that.
attention.
Yeah, in the
We'd
middle
have
of
to
town.
take it downriver if we wanted to do that and walk back.
Yeah.
So,
I don't mind doing that, but
It's a magic thing.
Oh. Right.
No, if we're just going to be sailing it tomorrow, we might as well stay on the ship.
Save money, we only just got some.
there are some things I'd like to see if I can do here. Perhaps get a nameplate made for the ship and perhaps make it look less like it does and more like ours.
Yeah, that might be a good idea, considering what Hell's just told us.
I won't partake in drinking today, but thank you for the offer.
No problems.
Cassian won't go for a drink,
Yeah.
so if you're going shopping, he'll probably go with you.
Last time the orc told us that we could get a nameplate made here.
Yeah.
So I will, I suppose, find someone to ask where we can get that done.
Yeah. It's easy enough. It's easy enough, and you're directed to a place just called the Lamplighters. And you push in. It seems to be fairly empty, like devoid of customers at the moment. It's a sort of shoreside building which is like leaning over out of the shore and has a huge ship's wheel sort of hanging over the door, and then just sort of pieces like flotsam and jetsam of various bits of like ship accoutrement all around. And you go inside and you see a young dwarf lady sort of in the centre of the shop wearing a set of overalls and sort of seems to be packing some stuff away. You see a few people behind the counter and looks up and, oh, can I help you?
Good afternoon. We need a new nameplate for our ship.
What's the name of your ship?
The Lyra Bird.
The Lyra Bird? Hi, I can. You need it now?
As quickly as possible would be preferable.
Boys, you're staying. Now I've no lip! Alright.
Overtime.
How would you like it to look?
Do you have some parchment?
Yeah. Pulls them out and pulls out a couple of little pots of like pigment and paint and ink and quills and just if you have any other an artist's eye, you can draw what you'd like it to look like.
Yeah, I'd do a quick sketch of a long nameplate with some like divots at the end and.
I can. As it was supposed to be going home after 5 gold.
No problem.
I'll have it ready for you this evening. Come back when you're ready.
Sure. Are they selling other things for ships in here?
Plenty of little bits for ships, yes.
Would I be able to acquire new sails?
Likely, yeah.
So, new sails and possibly a new pennant for the top.
Yeah. If you're after sales, do you mind if I come out, look at your vessel? And the rest of you see Renard walk out with this young dwarf lady. Who comes out and like has a look at the ship and takes some measurements of some bits of it, and I'll run you back about 20 gold.
That's fine.
For all the sales. Wonderful. We've got some in the back if you've a couple of you strong lads and lasses wanna come pick some up.
I can do that.
Sure. I like your overalls, by the way.
I like yours.
Next time.
Soft.
Has are more like thick leather and seem to have a lot of like scuffs of paint and some scratches on and stuff. It seems quite like a hardy young dwarf.
Cool, hardcore overalls.
Yeah. Leads you back in and pulls out some huge rolls and bolts of canvas, and they're heavier than you expect, and you're able to drag them out of the store and then hoist them onto your shoulders and bring them onto the ship, and yeah, you exchange the gold and
Yeah, I would have selected like. Basically, I wanted sails of a different colour.
yeah.
And a pennant that didn't look like any of the ones we found.
Yeah, plenty of the canvas is dyed. It doesn't seem to have any like patterns or insignias on it, but yeah, it's easy enough to find them.
Throw up some cool looking blue sails.
What colour are the sails?
Blue?
Oh.
Yeah. I imagine they were just white before.
Yeah.
So, you know. Just get something that looks completely different. Let's make this boat not look like the boat that we found.
How about the pennant?
Don't know. What colour do we want the pennant to be?
Important to
Very, very important details.
Can't paint the sunflower on it though. It's what Boblem offers.
If you don't let him do this, I'll kill all of you.
You can paint what you like on it.
Yeah.
So what now?
I think I really want a drink.
Still afternoon, but okay.
So,
Well, you can take some time. So it'll take you a few hours to rig the sails. If any of you are
I
doing
will
that.
stay behind and
Yeah,
Yeah.
you probably need some help. So
I'll help.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it'll take you like good like 3 hours probably to rig all the sails and get everything up, and you take the old sails back, and they're happy to take them on for you. Yeah. In that time, is anyone else doing anything?
Just gonna chill out on the boat.
Yeah.
Why not helping? Just
Vibing
chilling
towards
out.
it.
Vibing.
can I see where that someone pointed out the temple to Elyse last time?
Yeah.
Can I see
sure.
where it is from where we are right
It's right at the mouth of the river, so where the river opens up to the lake, and you see a small sort of black wooden built, what looks to be like a steeple, coming up, which seems to have like 5 or 6 tiers almost coming out, sort of like a fan coming down. All this like nice smooth black wood. You don't see much insignia on it or embellishment, but you head outside, and a couple of people are heading in. The heavy like black doors are closed right now.
now? So there's no indication of like what god it's for?
You can make a religion check.
Let's see how that goes. A natural 20. I think she doesn't know about. So that's 22 total.
Okay. You walk up, and as you get to the door, there's a sort of archway coming up, and you look up inside it, and you see that there is this coiled mermaid up in like the entirety of the yard. It's one of the only bits of the church itself which is like almost decorated or embellished. You just didn't see anything else from the outside. But yeah, this coiled mermaid moving up around the arch. And you see around on a nameplate, you just see the House of Avandra.
Can I see any like clerics or priests or whatever around, or are they all in? Is everyone
They're probably
inside?
all inside. Yeah.
Am I on my own, or is it?
I assume you
we
came
were
on
safe
your
from
own,
the
yeah.
ship.
Yeah.
Mm.
She just kind of stares up at it for a minute and kind of looks to the symbol and then the doors and just turns and leaves and goes back to the others.
Yeah.
Wrong god.
Okay. Pebble's helping you out on the boat as well.
Hey,
Happy to help.
Okay.
When he gets on it, it tilts a fair bit.
Rain holds onto the side.
The beams like creak under his weight, but it holds. There's a nice little runner you have here.
She is nice, isn't she? Yeah.
What's her name?
Lyra Bird.
I like that. He shows you one of his tattoos on his arm, which is like a huge like eagle. Maybe it's not a Lyra bird, but like flexes his arm. It looks like the wings like
Oh, what a G.
You see his arms are just covered in tattoos.
So much.
Oh, I like that.
Thank you.
Very cool.
You want to get a tattoo, Boblem?
Does it stay on forever?
Forever. Unless you lose the arm.
Oh, I'm hoping not to do that.
I had my fingers lost. I wasn't too bothered about the fingers, but I paid for the tattoos, you know? That's gold, just lost now.
You could get a sunflower
Oh, that'd be nice.
or a hummingbird.
Oh, then Sip could always be with me.
Exactly. I think it suits you.
It's cute. Does it cost a lot of money?
I don't know. I've never had one.
Depends how good you want the tattoo. This one didn't cost too much money. You see, it's clearly a potato. At least my mother will always be with me.
A potato?
No. on close inspection, it's definitely not a potato.
Ah, she looks beautiful.
Thank
You
you.
have her eyes. Okay, so does anyone want a drink?
Early evening's like setting by this point. The sun's beginning to set, and you see like music being playing on the streets, and people are moving things up closer to the boats. You see like racks and racks of like kegs of beer and wine, and some supplies are being pushed up to the docks. The seaborne docks. Sorry, the lake docks, not the real ones. Yeah.
I don't think I'll be drinking for a while after our last experience.
Fair.
I'll stay and take care of the ship.
I think I'd like to stay on the ship tonight too. If you want to drink, why not buy something and then bring it back?
Could do. You said you wanted to drink, right, Pebble?
I'm not fussed word. If you want your privacy, I'll find some rooms as well.
No, you're fine with us.
Don't worry. Okay.
Red sweats. I'm just going to start lighting the braziers on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. Let's have a warm glow.
sit down with my bag of pastries. Have cake for dinner.
Child.
You're your own adult now. Your mom can stop you.
So someone going out to buy some drinks?
Sure.
You can absolutely do that. What are you getting? How much are you getting?
Lots.
Well, a gallon of ale is 2 silver.
Sure.
A pitcher of average wine is the same price as well.
Wine might be nice. We got in the group fund. So much money. I spend 1,160 gold on wine.
No, I need some of that money.
Okay. Well, we'll say if you spend 5 silver.
Yeah.
5 silver, you come back with an assortment of ales, wines, and some fruit cordials as well. So you will reconvene at the ship. You see the skies turning orange to red to purple as it sets over the other side of the lake. And
Astra, I'd love if you could play some music.
Okay, I can do that.
I will do that.
I'd like that too.
Settle down somewhere on the deck with some parchment and just be writing.
Yeah. Pebble points out the sky and Sailor's Delight. Red sky at night. Good luck.
It is.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Me neither.
Red sky at night, Sailor's Delight.
Red sky in the morning, sailor's warning.
You've been on the sea, sir.
Yes.
Really?
He's been operating this boat the entire
How
time.
much he likes water? Probably be.
Red's going to start absolutely ignoring Boblem.
Didn't you think it was weird that he was operating the boat the entire time?
No, I thought he just knew stuff, you know?
Like how to sail a boat without having ever sailed a boat.
Does they just teach you stuff?
That's a good point. It's a good point. Don't worry, little man. It's okay. Claps you on the shoulder and you...
Do not touch me!
Oh!
He doesn't.
I'm sorry. I meant no offense.
It's fine. I am going to go below deck with my papers.
Okay. Look around the rest of you.
I'm also below deck.
I'm just going to sit on one of the bunks then and just not look at you.
Did I hurt him? Is he okay?
He just has boundaries.
He doesn't quite like being touched. But to be fair, I don't think it was just you that upset him. I think I did too. Didn't mean to though.
I'll make it up to him. It'll be okay.
I don't think he likes it when people point out when he's scared or something or when he's not good at something.
Yeah. I didn't mean anything by it.
No, I know he didn't, but if someone takes things a bit to heart or is a bit defensive of something, then even the best intentions can come across quite harsh.
That's true. I'll apologize to him, but I think Broly wants to be alone right now.
Yes. He's not going to get that down there.
Oh, your fancy friend is there as well.
Yes.
Good luck, sir.
I'm not bothering you. I'm just reading.
Ren's just furiously writing. When he finishes a page, he just folds it up and stuffs it in his bag.
Yeah.
Pulls out another one.
Okay. At some point, Hom comes up to the ship as well and tells you that at sunrise the flotilla is going to be making its way off.
Right, so we should be ready by then. No worries, Tom.
Salute time, mate.
I don't mind taking first watch.
Sure, I can do that with you.
Okay.
How close are we to the tree line of the jungle? Are we still
Probably like 500 meters.
So it wouldn't be too far to go.
No, like a couple minutes walk.
Elyse just stands up and says, I just need to do something. I'll be back soon.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna go to the tree line. Yeah, she just walks as far into the woods as she can, where like spell casting isn't gonna kind of draw too much attention.
Yeah.
She'll like unwrap the unwraps that are around her hands and just kind of spend some time looking at the palms and letting electricity run down into them, and then just starts like punching the nearest tree with shocking grasp and then like grabbing bark and tearing it off.
You find that it doesn't. The electricity scorch just like dissipates off the wood when it does like scorch the tree a little bit, but I mean you know that wood doesn't conduct electricity. It does protect your feet a little bit, but after a while they are ragged and bleeding. The knuckles.
And she just kind of looks down at her hands again and sees if there's any change.
Temporarily, there's like a slight purple, like a dusting over the knuckles, and it dips back.
Looks up to nearest climbable tree.
Yeah,
nearby.
definitely.
Just runs full pelt, climbs the tree as high as she can, and then starts like jumping between the branches.
Yeah,
If that's possible.
Make an acrobatics check.
It's fine, don't worry. That'll be a 10.
10. Okay. It's not what you're used to, leaping between rigging and moving across moving decks, but you're able to swing across some things and leap from a couple of branches. You're rather unsteady and you hit one that seems to bow beneath your weight. You're probably maybe testing your luck for now, but you're able to jump around a little bit.
As soon as she feels like the branch might give way, she'll like leap again and then cast Thunderstep.
Yeah.
And there's like a massive boom around her and she reappears in like a tree as far away as she can.
Yeah. All of you would hear this dull explosion from in the tree line, and you see then two of the trees that were in that closest radius do split and break. You find yourself panting, covered in a thin layer of sweat on the other side of a clearing.
So yeah, she'll turn back to look at them and then look down at her arms again and see if...
It's slightly, if it goes slightly purple, you know that when you cast the magic, the colour of it does change, but then recedes back afterwards.
Yeah, I want to see like if it takes longer now that I'm casting.
Not particularly, no. It seems to be almost tied to your emotions. You found that when you were in a much more heightened state, it stayed longer and was much brighter. The rest of you see two people sort of jog past your ship in the direction of the tree line.
Just gonna turn to Cassian below deck after that sound and just like, that sounds like trouble.
Is it any of our business?
Sorry, I just talked over you.
Would you like to go investigate?
Well, I am concerned that perhaps we're being pursued.
Whoops.
Sure.
Stuff my papers away and come up quickly to the top deck.
I'll follow after you.
Does anyone know what that was?
No, but it came from that direction.
Elyse went that way.
I think that explains it then.
You did say it sounded like trouble.
You think she's okay?
I think we should check.
Well, I've started heading back by now.
You do pass two quite concerned looking people who sort of look at you and... Did you see anything in the trees?
Some massive fucking animal just like ramming itself into a tree or something. I don't know.
Make a deception check.
That'll be 19.
How massive?
No, I left as soon as I could. It's just I don't think it's anything that's going to come and attack the town. It's just
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure
Yeah.
it's fine. Yeah. And
oh no,
and we
maybe it was
leave
like a
to-
mating ritual thing. I don't know. It's just
Well, we wouldn't want to interrupt that. I'm not.
yeah, I wouldn't want to try that.
And they turn around and sort of jog rather quickly back, and yeah, you bump into Cassian and Renard as well.
You went out for a stroll?
Is that
Allow
anything
one.
to do with you?
Maybe. Just keep heading back to the ship.
So much for keeping a low profile.
It's fine.
Back on the ship and go back below deck.
Just keep drinking. Probably go sit on the. I always call it the mast. It's not the mast, but the prow again.
Yeah. Okay.
Just sit there drinking for a while.
While we're below deck, I sort of and turn to you. Renard.
Cassian.
If you would, as you are the only person I think who would have any value in such a situation, when we get to Lakeside, I'd like to purchase a sword.
Okay.
Things seem to prove a little bit difficult in battle when you're the only one who can get close to anything, and having a weapon might be of use to me.
Can you use a sword?
My mother used to be a sailor. She showed me some rough tricks. I can use both hands, so...
Okay. Yes, I suppose I can help you with that.
I just feel like you'll know if I'm getting a fair price for quality equipment.
Fine, sure. Just find me in Lakeside to do so.
Very agreeable, thank you.
I appreciate you thinking about it.
Okay.
I appreciate you thinking how you can aid the group.
It's simply a tactical decision.
Fine.
The cabin darkens as a towering figure, a shadow, sort of stands over there. And sort of like looking down the stairs and Master Renard, might I have a minute of your time? I can't fit down there, I'm sorry.
I can't believe we didn't think to make the ship accessible for Pebble. Why did we not think?
Of course. I'll come up to the top.
If I may, and lead you to the aft of the ship. And I sincerely apologise. I know some people have different levels of comfort, and I didn't mean to upset you. You need say nothing about it, but take this. He pulls out a small stiletto dagger from in like a fold in parts of his armour and hands it over to you. It's far too small for me to use, but
Thank you.
token of my appreciation. But your time, your company.
I appreciate that. Don't worry about it. I'm a little touchy at the moment, but you didn't do any serious offence. You didn't know.
Shan't happen again.
Oh, one moment. I'm going to go below deck and come back with the giant glaive from the giant you anteed. No, we have one each.
Oh, we have one each, okay, cool.
Eyes widen like.
We recovered this.
Where? Where
It
in
was
Collab did you find that?
it was a pyramid in the jungle. I wouldn't worry about it or even try and go there, but I can't really use it. It's a little too big for me.
Takes it in these enormous mitts and you see like his knuckles whiten as they tighten. He's like huge leathery claws and stands up and just spins it around him and then like flicks it up around his shoulder and then slams it into the deck of the ship, which you all hear.
Yes!
I accept your gift.
I appreciate you'll get more use out of it than we will, and I would also appreciate if you can just keep quiet about having seen any of us.
Seen who? please.
Thank you.
No problem. Right, let's do it. And joins the rest of the crew.
Wait, was this? Sorry.
I was going to say, Astra's just been sitting there drawing in his journal.
Yeah.
Is this still nighttime, or is it?
Yeah, it's evening. It's evening.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Because Astra and Sariel were on watch, weren't we? So he would have been just sat there drawing in his journal.
Yeah. Anyone else doing anything?
I'll sort of look over at Astra. What are you drawing? Just updating in my journal what's been going on.
So do you draw people, places?
Both things that I see or things that I miss. Sort of half shows you, and it's a definite female face with braided hair and like small horns going back.
She's very pretty.
She is.
Is she a family?
That's my mother. She'd like you.
I'd like to meet her.
That would be nice. Just carries on drawing.
If no one's doing anything else, then
I
okay.
wanted to chat to Pebble.
Yeah.
Because Elyse would have just been sat on the prow drinking by herself.
Yeah.
So I guess when she heard him like slam the glaive down, she kind of looked around and see that Renard was talking to him.
Yeah, you're able to take a minute with him.
Yeah. I just want to thank you for not taking the opportunity to, pursue us in any way as a mercenary.
Well,
You know,
contracts weren't posted yet. Maybe if they were, then
who
this would be a
knows?
different story. Maybe I'm leading you all back there.
Maybe.
Oh no.
No, I got a pretty good read of you back when we first met. And you were good company, so thank you.
Likewise.
I don't think I realised it, but I needed it that night, so.
Anyway, you don't take a bounty on a friend. Certainly not on 6.
I don't know if we'd really be a match for you, but it'd certainly be interesting to see.
Someday maybe. I'll give you a run for your money.
And my real name is Elyse, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Elyse.
Nice to meet you properly, I guess.
This has been fun. This has been fun. I'll take my leave. Don't worry, I don't think I could fit on here. I have a room anyway.
Well, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Bright
or
and
next
early.
side.
I feel it will be something to remember. Goes for everyone. And pleasant evening.
You too.
See you come the sun.
Good night.
Well, Pebble.
Bye.
Thank you. Yeah. Dips his head and heads off the ship. As he heads off, you feel it like rock back. You need a stronger ship. Damn dog. Okay.
Can I grab Renard for a second?
He's standing at the side, holding onto the railing.
Hi Ren. Can I talk to you for a second?
Sure.
You see that he's Boblem is fiddling with like the brim of his hat, just like messing with it because he doesn't quite know what to do with his hands or where to look. He's like, I just wanted to apologize for talking about the water stuff earlier. I know I didn't mean to make you feel bad, but I know I did. Doesn't matter if I meant to or not, but I did, and I'm very sorry about that.
Don't even worry about it. It's just a sticking point. It's been a sticking point my entire life, and I just would prefer not to think about it.
Sorry, I'll try not to bring it up again.
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, didn't mean anything by it, but
I know.
yeah, I won't mention it.
I'll be fine anyway.
You sure?
I'm sure.
If you ever do need to talk, doesn't have to be about that, but just in general, I'm here.
Thank you. You're a good friend.
Boblem smiles really brightly. You're a really good friend too.
Thank you.
I really value your friendship.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I'm gonna get some sleep.
Sorry, didn't mean to keep
No,
you up.
no, it's fine. We should all rest. It's probably gonna be an early start.
Sounds like a good idea.
The nameplate was delivered to you earlier this evening.
That's fine.
Yeah, you fixed it. If you and who else is taking watch?
Astra.
Okay, if you'd like to both make a perception check. I'm assuming you're not doing both at the same time, you're taking shifts. Cool.
I'm drawing. I got 8.
19.
Okay. Neither of you see anything approach the ship during the night.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, I would have cast alarm, by the way.
Yeah, no, I think that's part of your ritual.
Yeah. So I should say.
Okay. Sleep comes to most of you. Renard, as you try and fall asleep, whispers and fragments of half memories begin to come to you. A bloody rag in your hands, short, shallow breaths in a cold, dark stone room, staring into a pair of ice blue eyes. You can't place where they come from, and when you try to focus on them, they disappear like wisps of morning mist. Sleep does come to you at some point in the night, and you wake up, your back burning and aching like you slept on it. Funny. There's dull pain lingering long after the other feelings melt away. You hear this long keening horn sound through the city, and you all wake to the sounds of people yelling and running and moving.
I make my way to the deck and I just start getting all the lines ready and absolute silence. Just
The town is a cacophony of noise. There are probably the entire population of this small town, not many, maybe 300 or so, are storming through the street in the direction of the docks, chanting, singing, dancing, yelling, teasing each other. Lots of them waving like little pennants of blue ribbons and shouting as they go. From where you are, you can't see the full docks right away, but you know that everyone is heading in that direction.
I busy myself getting everything ready on my own. I don't wake anyone.
Mm-hmm. Everyone would have been woken up by that.
God. Elyse will head up to the top deck and start, because Red's been teaching her how to sail the boat as well, so she can start doing lines and stuff as well.
Astra will try and help.
Yeah, it's easy enough for
I'll
all.
give you a bit of feedback. Tell you what you're doing wrong and right.
Okay.
You alright? Fine, didn't sleep well.
Well, maybe today will be fun.
Maybe.
I wanted to ask a favour, and you don't have to say yes, but this temple in Lakeside, I'd really rather not go alone. And
Fine.
since you seem to know about this kind of stuff, I was wondering, well, I'll ask the whole group, but I was wondering if you would go specifically with me.
Of course.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I don't know. A little bit better, maybe.
Chin up.
Yeah.
Always looking forward, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'd like to wait until most of the docks have emptied before we set sail. If that's okay. Stay at the back of the flotilla. Okay.
Sure.
With a creaking and groaning of wood, the Lyra bird splits off from the dock, and you sail upriver for 100 meters or so, past under the bridge. As you do, you see a majestic sight. On the docks, 300 people shouting, screaming. On the lake itself, the flotilla of ships, probably 30 in total, led by these 8 long ships, all of them almost identical and 4 or 5 times the size of yours, with these huge masts coming up, gorgeous figureheads carved on the front. You see one figure, you can't make out who they are for the moment, stood on the lead one. At the moment, you can't see any nameplates, you can't see any ballista or cannons, you can't see any weaponry or anything. They don't look like warships. You see sails furled up and ready to go. Where you've made your way out, you see close to 2/3 of the crowd begin to step out from the docks and from the coast into the lake. You see them wading out into halfway, and you hear from in the distance, because it's about 200 meters away from you now, you can see coming to you this low singing, it's almost chanting, it sounds almost like a prayer. You see these people stepping out into the water, raising water above themselves and then pouring it over their head before moving up to the side of the ships where lines and ladders are lowered and climbing up onto the ships. Once everyone's on, you see the figure at the aft of the main ship raise one hand and seem to drop something. You see a like spark of light, something drops from their hand and picks up the horn again. This long, keening horn blasts, and it's like a curved, spiraled horn, which you can't really make out the details from where you are at the moment. This huge cheer erupts, and the sails as one drop. A wind billows past you at this exact time. You see the sails fill and swell and begin to move out. You see dozens of oars come out from the sides of the ships and begin to hit the water. This drumbeat emerge from the decks of the ships, the oars hitting the water and crashing through in time with it. The 8 longships lead out and begin to make their way out of Wilson's Landing. The flotilla of smaller ships, the sails unfurl as well and begin to follow them out.
What you can see of Ren's face has gone really, really pale, and his hands are trembling on the wheel, and he's just stands there for a minute, sort of not giving any instruction, and then just, Elyse,
Yeah?
can you take the wheel, please?
Yeah, of course.
And he's going to go and sit on the deck for a moment, not looking out at the water. And then he calls for Astra.
Hello? You okay?
Not really. I don't do particularly well on open water. I have a request, and I appreciate if you didn't ask any questions.
Okay. You don't care for you?
You have that spell that calmed Sariel down outside the druid temple that we didn't go down into.
Mm-hmm.
Can you cast that on me, please?
Ashkar's calm emotions.
Feels like warm water being poured over your head before dissipating, and then you breathe out and nothing but relief. Your heartbeat slows. You see the colour return to Renard's face.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. And then I'm just going to return to the wheel.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I'm fine.
You sure you don't want me to
I'm
keep saying
fine.
for a bit?
I've got it.
Okay. I hand control back over to Renard.
Yeah, and just lead the ship in line with the rest of the flotilla.
You pull one of the lines out, the sheet drops, fills up with wind as well. And like a bullet over the water, you begin cutting this line off. It's a few minutes before you make it basically to the back of the flotilla, and the closest 4 or 5 ships who are near raise hands as they see you and cheer and loud just yell at seeing you as well. Blue pennants are just streaming from every surface. You are in line at the back with the flotilla. You're now able to see the 8 longships that are leading. You're able to see their nameplates. You see Orontes, the Osprey, Windcutter, Cobel, Melora's Grace, Melora's Wrath, Snowtip, and the Duke.
The duality of Melora.
You see dozens and dozens of people on them, and where the longships are perfectly in line, you see ladders in place, like ladders and planks and beams across them. People are running between them. People are swinging on lines over them. You see sprays of bottles of alcohol being opened. And you hear music from all sorts, just this discordant melody, beats of drums in one rhythm from a few ships over here, and then the caterwauling of some bagpipe from another, and everything's kind of jumbling together to create this beautiful discordant mess. You look out into the distance, and something breaks the horizon. You see something large, some aquatic creature, break out of the water. It's like forked tail cresting over your eyesight before slamming back down. An enormous cheer erupts again, and you hear from one of the ships nearby, "That's good luck, you know! The tides are in our favour today!"
Do any of us recognise what that was?
Probably a whale of some sort. Yeah.
We can turn into one.
Maybe I'll look at its challenge rating.
Drop a whale on a dragon.
At some point, at least we've seen it.
Yes, we've seen it now.
Yeah,
A
we
whale of a time.
Okay.
How close are we to Lakeside now, or is there stuff that happens in the water before we get to?
Oh, you're probably like. Actually, no, you don't know. You don't know. But they have said it's close to like a full day sail.
Okay, alright.
So you currently got Wilson's Landing like 500 meters behind you and rapidly losing distance. The closest ships are probably 5 and 15 meters off from you. You're around some like the smaller fishing vessels, and on each one are a mixture of fisher people, of citizenry of the town, and you see on the ships people are beginning the revels. Casks of ale and wine are split open, and people are passing around platters full of food and singing and dancing and drinking and just sort of going wild. There's a helmsperson on each ship who's doing their very best to keep everything under control, and as you see people getting drunker and drunker around them, who are sort of badgering them and pestering them, and they're all resolutely keeping their chin up and occasionally accepting the odd drink, but
Designated driver.
Astra just got his little arm joining in that
yeah.
ridiculous melody.
If there's a moment where like everyone's near one another while we're sailing, I'll just kind of turn to the group. I'll just say, just when we get to Lakeside, I'm gonna immediately disguise myself again and gonna go check for anything, any sign of Dragonborn guard or wanted posters or anything before I do anything else. So if you could all call me Aisha when we get there, please. I'd appreciate it. Until we know it's safe. Thank you.
I'd like to add to that, please no more jokes about my position when we get there.
Yeah, I figured that was a given.
If it is agreeable with everyone, I'm going to take the rest of my share out of the kitty. There are some things that I need to purchase in Lakeside.
Yeah. What did we decide with everyone's
50s.
Sure.
Did we?
And that's what we already did.
260.
After what I have paid Renard, I believe I have about 105 gold left in there.
Okay.
250 or 260?
It was, I think it was 260, but we got 50 already.
Yes. So
Yes.
okay, so 115 is what I've got
Yeah.
left. Cool. I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Anything exciting you're buying?
I have a little something I'd like to work on, so maybe you'll find out later.
Cool.
In fact, I was thinking it would be quite good if we split the money. I assume we'll put in the lyra boat away when we're in Lakeside.
If there's a way in which we can do that doesn't draw too much attention.
I'm sure we can find a way. But seeing as we're going to be in a big city, and Lakeside is a big city, it's
Yes.
bigger than
There's some
Sandsquare.
cool things we can buy.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to have that money somewhere we'd have to get the ship out.
Yeah,
in order
exactly. Yeah.
So if we split it between us.
Sounds good. There's also a lot of things we can sell as well. And
Quite.
some of these things we found in the tomb, whatever it was.
Didn't we find some rubies?
Yeah, we've got 6 rubies, some gold jewelry, like gem encrusted goblets, but there's other things like some things that might draw the interest of maybe like researchers or a museum or something. I don't know if there's anything like that in Lakeside that might be interested in purchasing. Is there?
Make a history check or not, because you have been to Lakeside before.
I have indeed. Where are you? History. 20. 20.
You know that there is a large college in Lakeside, which is of sort of shipbuilding and woodworking and all these things. There are smaller colleges of research as well, but you don't imagine, you haven't seen any museums or certainly nothing that researches like would be arcane or artifacts or things like that.
Relentless to you.
Maybe not quite the right thing, but maybe we can sell it somewhere else. Or I can have a look around. I can ask.
Yeah, if there's nowhere to sell it, we can just leave it on the ship, they'll be in the city.
Yeah. Yeah, I might be able to see if we can find anyone while we're there. After I make sure it's safe for me to do so, of course.
I suppose that's the beauty of the ship, isn't it? Anything you don't want to carry, we don't have to have the extra weight.
You could, your bag, you're always very precious with it. You could leave it in the ship. We'll put it in the bottle and...
That's okay.
Okay. Just so it would be safe in there. No one would be able to touch it or anything.
That's okay, I prefer it on my person.
Fair.
I also have a ruby on me that I found back in the bandit camp. I don't know whether any of you spellcasters need that sort of thing.
Not rubies, I don't think.
No.
Diamonds, ideally.
Diamonds?
Diamonds.
What can you do with diamonds?
A surprising number of things.
What can't you do with diamonds?
I'm saying a girl's best friend.
Don't have any of those, but we can probably acquire some.
If you need a spell that requires diamonds, I'm sure we can... That would be a good thing to spend the group fund on.
Or you could always trade as well.
Yeah.
Trade the ruby for a
Trade
diamond.
rubies for diamonds.
Who'd have thought rubies would be so plentiful?
So we now have 7 rubies. Is the ruby that Ren found with the same quality and everything as the other ones?
No, it doesn't look nearly as nice.
I'll put 6 nice rubies in one shit ruby.
Yeah, I got one of the dead bandits.
Dirty
So
ruby.
Dirty ruby.
that's why I was like, maybe this one could be components.
One dirty ruby.
That's my drag name.
I would like to see it.
Yeah, anything else going on at sea, or are we just making this sail?
Well, so if you're not doing anything else, after half a day of sailing, so getting to just past midday, you do see on the horizon a second flotilla coming from the west. Okay? Knowing a little bit of the geography, you know that that's where Kaiden Pier was. And as they approach, cheers go out, horns are blasted, and they come up and essentially extend the flotilla even more. More planks and beams are put across, and you see more ropes swing across of the large flotilla where the sort of long ships are. Some do come up closer to yours. You see these red fiery pennants coming off the mast and off the sails and everything, and people raise drinks and shout over to you as they're sailing. You see on the warships, on the long ships, you do see people swinging over from side to side with what seem to be like stolen casks of beer. These sort of mini raids back and forth, and
Every ship's cruise. Can we get onto the party boat?
you absolutely, well, the parties are everywhere. It's just when the ships come up close, they sort of bring the beams and planks across, but as you're sort of at the back, or there's less one there, you could navigate closer in if you wish to.
Boat party, boat party.
You're gonna have to ask me.
Don't suppose you want any involvement in that? I don't know, over to someone who just swings across with a cask of ale.
Not particularly personally.
Anyone else?
No, thank you.
You have your own drink, like you did last night.
We could exchange for more drink.
This is a bleeding through.
Look, there are some very similar traits. Well, it's a big celebration. Might be fun.
Can you not just fly over to one of the ships?
There's one 10 feet away. I could thunder step over to one of
Could might sink your ship.
We're all going down for this, lads.
I will bring the lyra bird around the side. So if Elyse wants to, she can ship hop.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I ain't getting any closer.
Make a dexterity check, add your proficiency, because you're proficient with water vehicles.
19.
19. Okay. You cut a line and sort of swing around the port side of one of these ships and come up close. Sort of one of them whistles out. You hear, and a beam does, and a plank like thunders on. You hear the you see a goblin and a halfling sort of run over in sort of like baggy like red lined pants, and the goblin doesn't appear to be wearing any top except for like leather like bandolier, which looked like it was initially used for maybe like knives, like throwing knives or weapons, but it's now just stuffed full of small bottles of booze. Well, I need a drink.
Yes, please. What you got? I can exchange.
Ah! You're fairly bigger than me, so you might need more.
One bottle for a few bottles?
Yeah, go for it. Hands it over.
Tiny booze. The best kind.
Get an airplane.
Name's Nix. Pleasure to meet you.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Astra. We're in Astra.
What?
Boblem.
Pleasure all.
You entering the games?
But of course, and sort of as he does, these like gaudy silk, like red line pants will billow out in the wind, and I will be representing Carden Pier, and it will be my pleasure to do so. I see you're fighting for Wilson's Landing, eh?
I guess.
That's where we came from, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, from there.
No.
Oh,
Just passing.
Passing through, got roped in somehow to
Ah.
all this.
I was going to say I've seen a fair few folk in Wilson's Landing, but never one like you, sir.
Like me.
I don't know if there's anyone like Astra.
No one like me. Good to see more greenskins around.
I've never seen someone like you either, so
Well, I'll take that as a compliment.
you should.
With that, bows and head back up the plank.
Enjoy the games.
Happy sailing.
You too. Good luck. Pulls the plank back up.
Shot one of the tiny booze bottles.
Strong. It's like a grape liqueur.
Oh, nice.
How long does calm emotions last?
We'll say that narratively it lasts long enough.
Yeah, because otherwise it would be like I'd have to keep casting it every minute.
Yeah. Spell slots, please.
I think that once
Tiny
you've
booze in my inventory.
gotten over the initial shock of it, I'm saying the magic is going to last long enough to calm you for the day.
And get rid of like a panic attack, essentially.
Yeah.
Because I ain't casting that every minute.
Spell slots.
Yeah.
I only got 3.
After an hour, you do see the second flotilla join up, and you now form almost in this V pattern with Wilson's Landing at the peak of it, with Kyden Pier and Frederica Town slightly dragging behind, so you're sort of in the middle at the back. Kind of, you know how when Canadian geese fly, they fly in the V? Kind of like that, almost.
Honk.
Honk.
Indeed.
You sail on, and as the sun is setting, the lights of Lakeside are spotted in the distance. As the armada now grows closer, another horn is blown from on board and echoed by 2 more. So, in synchronicity, these 3 horns blast out. You see, in the distance, a red light shoot up into the sky, arcing up and up and up, before the thunderous hits your ears. It's very reminiscent of the sound that Elyse made the other day. And red lights and fire fill the sky for a second, almost burning your eyes for a second, and you adjust to it. Most of your mouth agape, your ears ringing a little bit. From the 3 main ships, you see one go up each. Red, blue, green, light the sky. In response, the heavens above Lakeside are lit up for about 5 minutes in just this series of rockets and flares that go up like the sky. The shadows cast over you and the lights which wash over the ship, these arrays of pinks and greens and yellows and blues and whites, and the the cheer and the atmosphere is incredible as people are shouting again and the energy is brought back up, the music swells. The shapes of Lakeside become clearer and you come into the dock. The music now echoes from the docks as well.
Before we approach the dock, I'd like to turn to everyone and just... Do you think we should dock here or should we take the boat somewhere we can hide it?
Somewhere we can hide it.
And like slow our boat in dock so the rest of the flotilla basically leaves us a bit.
Make a perception check.
In dark.
Can I aid? Dark vision and I'm also sailing.
Okay, so make it regular.
Alright, cool.
Or should I make it with...
I will... Let's see if this works. Oh, okay, cool. Perception. Yeah, that's 25.
Okay.
Nice.
So all the armada is floating to a very clearly prepared area where you see, which is almost reminiscent of Sanskrit, where the docks come out. These they've been extended and brought out just to accommodate for the sheer number of ships. And as you hold back and coil your sails slightly, you see them move in and they are lashed up together. And where some of the long ships dock up, further ones are docked off that, creating this almost floating town, again, like Sanskrit, of ships and beams and bridges leading onto the docks themselves. And you're able to hang over to the port side slightly. Port as in port side, but not the actual port, right? and angle over. And there are ships in this area, but there aren't as many people on them. To get away from the docks themselves, you'd have to probably sail for a few more hours. But these areas are certainly more quiet. You meander in, finding yourself in the heart of the city docklands, in what you know is the area called the Follies, and you find yourself covered behind view from a large warehouse, which seems to say Rince's rum on the side.
This should hide us well enough, I think.
Yeah, this is good. Does anyone have anything they want to leave on the ship before we...
I need to change.
Me too.
Someone make a stealth check.
Who's got a good self?
Me. No. Ooh. So that's 16 plus 7, 23.
Okay. You gather your things and step off the ship.
24.
That's okay.
Exactly, yeah, 24.
And step off the ship, look around. While there are people moving maybe 30, 40 metres on the dockland itself, you feel that you're covered enough that no one's looking directly at the ship, although you couldn't be 100% certain. And you pop the cork off and the familiar... As the ship contracts in on itself, the waters ripple out before the bottle remanifests in your hand
Nice.
with the ship inside it.
Put it back in my pouch and cast Disguise Self.
Yep.
And a lilac tiefling stands before you
Ooh.
with curly black hair, kind of horns that go like in a little wave
Yeah.
off the back of her head, wearing like dark leather clothing.
Cool. Okay. You notice
Hello, Aisha.
Hello, Aisha. You notice as you put the Lyra bird in, the sails were blue as well. So it has a look like this.
I have changed back into my black coat with the red pauldrons and the hood up and the face mask on, entirely, like basically no skin on show. Okay.
Ready?
Sorry, Renard, did you say that you'd been here before?
Yes.
Do you know somewhere we could stay?
I know of somewhere I have stayed that I probably shouldn't go.
Honest?
So that's probably a no.
I'm sure I know of an area in town where there might be other places with places to stay other than where I stayed before.
Yeah. How classy do you want to stay? You stayed in somewhere fairly classy before?
I mean, a nice bed. I'm not going to be looking for a hovel.
Yeah. Okay. You know that Gunnery Lane will probably be your best bet. It's not as fancy as, say, Mizzen Street, which is where you stayed before, but it's well-to-do enough. The beds all have 4 posts and no bugs.
I know of somewhere.
It's a little bit of a walk through the city, but easy enough to get there.
Can we go via maybe somewhere like a town square with a notice board or something, just to see if there are any posters or anything around?
Sure, I don't... I don't know this place well enough to know every street, but if we
No, I'm
pass
not
somewhere,
expecting that. Just I've literally never been here before.
it's fine. If we pass somewhere where I think there may be one, I'll let you know.
Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye out as we're walking anyway for Dragonborn and posters and anything along those lines.
Okay. You know where the square is and you know where Gunnery Lane is, so you'll probably be able to find your way there. So, currently in the Docklands, you head out from behind the warehouse and you see the crowd. There are hundreds and hundreds of people before you reveling in the streets. All the taverns have their doors open. People are spilling out of them. People leaning out of the windows and yelling to others on the ground. People drinking, playing music like in the streets. You see one lute player who's sitting on the crest of a building with their legs like hooked around the top, head upside down, sort of strumming away, and it is electric. The atmosphere is everything. There are people with all pennants on their arms who are mingling through the crowd, creating this enormous, insane atmosphere. You see lots of orcs, lots of half orcs, a fair amount of humans as well. Both what you can tell as residents and as competitors from some of the 3 other towns, but those 3 seem to make up the majority of the place. You do see all sorts of people. You see many gnomes, dwarves, elves, other creatures around as well, but those are sort of the majority. You walk for about 30 minutes, sort of weaving through the crowd and pushing past people, declining a drink here or accepting one there, just hand it out, making your way through the Docklands before getting up close to what you know is Tempest Square. You see the square isn't empty, there are people hanging around the peripheries of it. It seems like most people of the city are in the Docklands, and as you've headed out from it, the sort of noise does diminish. You can hear it, sort of like leaving the festival. You hear the noise diminish slightly. There are good probably 60 to 80 people still in the square. You step out and see this cobblestone blue-grey square, probably 150 metres wide in total. To one side, a statue of a figure with an arm raised up to the sky. To your left, you see a pillared building, like white marble, and one matching it opposite in what seems to be blue with veins of black. And you see atop that a huge lightning bolt coming down. You walk through the rain-slicked cobblestone across the square and make your way to Gunnery Lane. You see well-built buildings, lots of stone buildings and thick, dark wood. Buildings that have been around for a long time. It's not an ancient city, but it has its roots. And you pass through and there are still revelers making their way through and places which are open.
Were there any notice boards or anything we noticed?
Oh, yes, sorry, I forgot about that. So if first of all, roll perception. It's just for your generic looking at the Dragonborn. If anyone else
Natural 20.
is anyone else looking out for stuff as well? Cool, okay. You see no Dragonborn. You do see guards like stationed at points throughout the city. You see many more near the Docklands, people who've been like breaking apart 1 or 2 fights or just sort of keeping the peace. But none in the very distinctive armour or characteristics of either the Eyes of Sanskrit or the Orakian Guard. You do see the occasional Triton and Water Genasi, as you might expect from a lakeside town called Lakeside. But none of them spare you a second glance. They do look over 2 tieflings and sort of, but no one stops you or arrests you.
Cool.
You see no Dragonborn.
And any posters or anything up around?
When you get into the square, you do see many wanted posters. There are quite a lot. You leaf through them even for a couple of minutes, but you are certain there are none of you.
Okay. Elyse seems a little bit more at ease after this.
They seem to be mostly for petty crimes like thievery, robbing, occasional murder where there is a bounty put on someone's head. And basically says to report to the city hall if you find these people with a bounty.
Petty murder.
No, petty thievery, and then there are like bounties for murder as well. But
sometimes.
there are rewards offered for bringing people back alive and for bringing people back dead as well. Generally depends on the severity of what they've done. But if you'd like to take any, you're welcome to. Or
Yeah, are there any sort of distinctive ones on the murderers? Just in case we run into a murderer.
Get some extra cash.
So you see
Also just to avoid them, really.
one which seems to be a human couple, which seems to be a man and a woman. It's all just, there's no like colour to it, it's just fairly simple sketching, but it would be like long dark hair, so like dank and coming down. You see what seems to be like a bovine face with large curving horns coming out, one of them split and a large scar coming down the other side of their face.
Nice.
You don't take any of them.
I will take note of them.
Yeah.
But probably won't take them.
Okay, yeah, sure. Are you looking for a place to stay?
Yeah, we're looking for somewhere we can get rooms.
The first place you see looks reasonable enough. There are lights coming from inside, you feel warmth from the door, you hear music coming from inside as well. You're standing outside the Towering Lord Tavern.
Absolute unit, this lord.
You look on the signpost and it's just a tree, it's like an oak tree.
That's what we'll probably do.
Sure.
You hear dim music coming from inside and
Suppose we should ask how many rooms they have available.
Just one with one bed. One massive bed.
I am probably being overcautious, but I'm going to wait out here while you secure the rooms if that's okay.
That's okay, we can do that.
Sure. You want a room for yourself again?
If there is one.
We can ask.
I would like to go up to the desk.
Yeah. It's a tavern. There's more like a bar, but yeah, you're able to get in. You can wait a minute or two. There's a couple of people in front of you. There's a human lady who looks to be probably about her 60s, with like greying hair, tied up, and sleeves rolled up. And looks fairly tired. There are about 15 people probably in the tavern around. It looks fairly homely. There are elements of like driftwood which build up like most of the bar. And a lot of the cups of this old like sea-stained copper. It's quite welcoming when you come in. Even though it's a new environment for you, there's a impression of home almost. And alright, love. I can help you.
Hi there, good evening. We're looking for some rooms for the night.
Just the two of you?
No, we've got some friends outside. There's 6 of us all together.
You got 2 rooms.
2 will be fine.
Wonderful. That'll be 2 silver.
2 silver can do, no worries.
How many beds in each room?
1.
What?
They're a big bed, but it's the games. They're busy.
I figured it would be. When I went to Riven, everything was absolutely rammed.
Yeah. I can sleep in my bedroll. I just don't think...
We have extra bedding, but you can sleep on the floor if you like.
Yeah, is it possible to arrange for like 3 people in each room?
We can do that. We can do that.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Will you be eating?
Probably, yes, but we'll wait till our friends come in to see what they want.
Breakfast is served. You're playing in the games, I see.
Yes, we're with
Wilson.
Wilson's Landing.
Ah. Good luck. I'm sure you do well. Alright. Come in. Bring your friends in.
Oh, do. Go outside and do something. We got 2 rooms.
Oh.
It's busy, it's the games. They didn't really have the space, but we can work it out if that's alright for you.
It's fine.
Are you?
It's fine.
Yeah, I don't
Great.
care. Before we go in, I'll quietly drop my disguise. Just, it seems...
Yeah.
And also I don't want the same issue as last time where they were like, oh, you're clearly sleeping with all your disguises.
You have to do that as you head in. This sort of drift of like golden dust wafts off Elyse as she heads in. And all of you head into this warm, comforting bar environment.
As you step in, I'm just going to say to whoever's going last through the door, I'll be right in. You said there were some guards in the square? Like lakeside guards?
Yeah.
I am going to make my way over to them.
You see a human and a gnome. Both female.
Good evening.
Enjoying festivities?
I am, yes. Here for the tournament, actually.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I guess you come at the right time then. Mo's sort of like looking up at you.
I was also, I've been back and forth between here for trade before, and I was just wondering of any city news, seeing as I've just arrived.
I mean, games are the biggest news. Are you local? I can't really tell with the ding ding.
Oh no, from Farrelstadt.
Oh, wonderful.
Just wondering whether there was anything in the past couple of months, anything interesting come through here.
Not that I can think. This is probably the most interesting thing to happen here for a while. if I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, and
I mean, you see some interesting characters.
I'm wondering where I might find someone to speak to regarding trade in Shapeborn.
So I'll trade in Shapeborn. Well, City Hall will probably be your best bet, but it won't be open tomorrow, but the day after.
Day after. Thank you very much.
Happy to help. No, you shouldn't be drinking that, sir, that's a gutter. Human's like, even be.
I'll leave you to your night.
Thank you.
I will follow the others to temple now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elyse would have hung around downstairs, wait for Renard to come back, being cautious. I don't know what the others are doing. Are we all hanging around downstairs, waiting
to find out what the room arrangement
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Okay, so yeah, I step into the tavern and rejoin the group.
Yeah. You're able to pull 2 tables together and get them for the price of 4 silver. You can have some little drinks brought over and stuff.
Nice.
More drinks.
I mean, that. Drinks and like food, like nibbles and everything.
Yes.
So 2 rooms.
I'm sorry, lad, sorry.
It's fine. I just. How are we going to?
I mean, I'm happy to sleep in either of them.
Yeah, me too. I don't really mind.
I mean, I'd rather have my privacy, but in this case it doesn't seem possible, so I don't really care, to be honest. We all know each other well enough by now, I think, not to be embarrassed. You alright?
Yes.
With that?
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Sorry, I told you this morning I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I might just get an early night, actually.
Okay, that seems fair.
You okay, Sariel?
I'll take one of the room keys. I'm just going to go straight upstairs.
Go too delicately. Turn to Cassian. Would you prefer to be in the other room?
To Renard? I'm not fussed.
Okay. So you two are on speaking terms again?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a bit up and down.
That's what I mean.
It's fine.
I'm just gonna hand you the other key anyway.
Maybe just
I
to
don't
avoid
take it, I just look at it like...
to avoid any further contention.
I will take it.
Maybe.
There's no point of contention.
That's good.
Okay.
I'm glad that you get to know. Just having drinks and nibbles.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Bag on my lap.
Is anyone doing anything in particular?
I would go maybe to the woman at the desk. Was it a woman or the person at the desk? And just ask whether I was wondering the temple in town. Is it a temple to Cord?
Hi.
Will it be open tomorrow with all this going on, or?
Likely there'll be people who split their head, and drink too much.
I guess, yeah.
Well, they'll well be busy, but
Yeah. And I was also wondering, is there anywhere in town that might be interested in trading in like antiques or relics, anything of the nature?
antiques. There are some kooky folk on. Let me have a look. Hi, up Mizzen Street, up North End. I couldn't tell you any specific places, but if you wander about.
Oh, I'm sure I can find something. And sorry to continue bothering you, but I've literally never been here before. Is there a library in town?
I connect to the college.
College. The College of...
The college?
I did tell you earlier that there was a college of like woodworking.
Oh, so is it that one?
Yeah, she
It's not
doesn't know.
college.
She just,
Okay.
no.
Library. And... was there anything else? No, that was it. Thank you very much.
It's alright. It's alright.
Have a good evening.
Oh, actually, down by Copperside, on Fish Market, there might be a small library.
Ah,
But
A-
I haven't
a
been there in a
different
few years.
a separate one from...
Aye.
Is there anything unique about that one, or...?
They got books?
I mean, are they like specialists or something? That's why it's separate from the main library?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Maybe the other library specialist because pages don't smell of fish. But I'm not too well read.
Fair enough. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Anywhere in town that might trade in arcane items?
No,
Spell books? Anything like that?
you're unlikely to find that here.
Okay. Thank you anyway.
Sorry, my dear.
That's alright. Have a good night.
You too.
I'll go back and keep drinking and eating with the others.
Sarah was going to ask, is anyone going to be participating in any of the sports or games?
Maybe. Depends.
I thought we all were. Is that why we're wearing these?
Well, you don't necessarily have to compete, you can just support. I'm not sure what I could do, I'm not particularly athletic.
I know you're quite fierce though.
Don't know if they have a fierce competition.
Maybe they have a wild shaping competition. You never know.
Didn't we hear that it was sort of a non-magical
Yeah,
sort of
she's
thing?
joking.
I never know with you.
Clearly.
I'm not going to be participating, but I think Renard will be.
I might try my hand at some archery.
Oh, archery?
I didn't know you were an archer.
I'm not, it just sounds like fun.
Yeah, if they have anything, I don't know. I can climb, I can run. But I kind of need to get my back looked at before I do that, I think.
Do you want me to do that, or do you want to find a doctor?
There's actually a temple in town. So I'm probably going to go there. I really appreciate that you've been healing me, but I think it requires something of slightly higher
I know,
level.
not as good as my mum was.
I'm sure you will be one day. But I know everyone probably has their own plans, but I said to Ren earlier I don't really want to go there alone. He said he'd go with me, but if anyone else wouldn't mind at all, you don't have to say yes.
I can join you. I don't mind.
It would be nice to see temples to other gods.
Yeah. Thank you.
I've never seen a temple before, so
Me neither. Or not one. I've never been inside an active one. Anyway, I'd kind of rather keep it that way, but I don't really have a choice now, so.
I'll pass, I have some things I need to do tomorrow.
That's fair enough. Your exciting purchase.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I asked the woman at the desk, and potentially there might be some places here that we could sell some of the, more ancient things we found too. I figure there's certain people where they'll fetch a higher price, rather than just trying to sell them to a random shop. But the jewels and stuff, I'm sure we can probably find somewhere to sell them pretty easily as well. So
sure, we've got a lot to do tomorrow then.
yeah.
You know that the games go on for a few days. And it's just sort of dip in, dip out to whatever you want.
I might call it a night then.
I agree.
Sure, why not? I'll take the booze upstairs with me then.
Okay.
I'll go into the room Renard's already in. Does anyone want to?
Sure, we're not.
Cool.
I'll take the other one then.
Perfect.
Yes, I'll go with you then.
Okay.
And yeah, as we go in, I'll just and the barrier of static will emerge around the room.
You will find me sat on the floor, surrounded by pieces of paper, and like quill and ink.
Oh.
And I'm just really trying to remember what I was sort of remembering last night. I'm just like sat there staring at the paper, just like.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
19.
19. You try and remember. You feel that there's this barrier you're pushing through almost, which is fragmenting and breaking, but it's too strong right now. You strain and strain. This sensation of like burning almost comes in your head and in your ears, and you have to sort of shake it off.
I'm gonna give up trying if it's hurting.
Yeah.
Have we seen that as we walked in, or was that before we walked in?
You see him scribbling and going through things.
Yeah.
His head in his hands.
Everything alright? You're just tired, or?
Yes, sorry. Let me tidy this up.
It's fine.
Quickly, like
Kind
shuffling
of looks
it
like
together.
my old room. Feels like home.
How are you holding up?
I'm okay. Thank you for
That's okay. In total, got you back.
yeah. Is everyone coming to sleep?
Yeah. Well, I don't have to sleep right away if you want to stay up. I don't really mind, but whatever.
You're the 3 in the other room.
It's fine. I'm just gonna bolt the door, I guess, and then
I don't know, cast the alarm spell.
take off ridiculous layers of disguise
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the face mask and
Okay.
the mask, and just like wash my face in the bowl. I'm assuming there's a bowl on the side.
Yeah.
Right. So games tomorrow. Temple.
Yeah.
Good.
There's lots of things to do, but seems like we'll be okay here for a while. I hope. Do you know anything about your situation?
The guard said perhaps I can ask at City Hall, which seems... I don't know, I feel like I'm asking for trouble if I attempt that, but maybe you
We could.
lot could ask questions on my behalf without me having to go in.
Sure. I mean, you come to the temple with me, I go to the city hall for you, maybe? Maybe in disguise, but...
Yeah, I'm staring at the single bed, just like...
You can have the bed. I don't mind sleeping in my bedroll.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Astra?
I'm used to sleeping on the floor.
Now that's making me feel very bad.
I mean, we could all try and share,
No.
but somehow I don't think you're going to enjoy that, so it's fine, really.
Mm.
I'm probably going to stay up and read for a bit anyway, so you go ahead.
Okay, I will put on the signet ring that was in my bag, and then I will start changing down into just what I'm going to sleep in,
Yeah.
and get in bed. Just put the pillow over my head.
Sleep comes to you a lot easier. And you're able to rest. You dream of one of your mentors, the physician who is in the castle, and sort of one of the advisors. You three? Elf team? You doing anything?
Cassian takes half the bed, but leaves it so that there's definitely like room for someone else. But he will be sleeping in the bed tonight.
Opposite energy.
The person in the bar downstairs said that they could try to arrange something for us.
Extra bed.
Extra bed roll, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so like more blankets and pillows and stuff. And if you don't use your own, you could use that, but wouldn't be able to bring extra beds in.
Sariel was just going to get her bedroll out without a question. So.
You can sleep up there. I think I might be too big to share a bed with him.
It's alright. I'm used to sleeping on the floor.
So am I. You don't really.
From the top of the bottom, that's going to be really weird.
Yeah, you don't really take up that much space, so you could
Small packages.
yeah.
How long are we expecting to stay here for? Did we ever figure that out?
Throughout the games, I suppose.
So more than just tonight?
I guess.
Well, if I sleep in half the bed tonight, do you want to try sleeping in half of it tomorrow?
If I can fit in it, Cassian won't kick me out.
I'm not
Sure.
going to kick you in my sleep.
Nah, I didn't mean in your sleep. By the way, when we were talking about how long you guys live, I guess us guys now, that also applied to half-elves, what you said I was.
I was going to look at Cassian.
You would live longer than a human, but nowhere near as long as an elf.
I'm not that well versed in half-elves and their physiology, but I'd say the same as Cassian.
That's good. I don't think no offense.
You don't want to be 800.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want that. Sounds very long.
It's a very long time.
Wouldn't it be quite boring after a while?
I'm going to sleep now.
Sorry. I'll let you sleep then.
Good night, Boblem.
Good night.
If we're sharing the bed, Sariel twitches in her sleep. Quite a bit.
Okay. Sleep comes to you all, and you awake to the sound of seagulls. Many of them.
At least we would have woken up quite early and it's already reading. So I wanted to have another read through the book on arcane foci, looking for any references to like the elemental planes or anything we would have seen inside the pyramid, if there's any kind of thing
Don't
about
seem to
that.
be any correlations in that, no.
No,
No.
nothing about the planes at all.
No.
Okay.
I wake up with bedhead and sit up with all the covers. What you reading?
The same book I've been reading for the past 2 weeks. Arcane Foci, the one from Miratel.
You not bored of reading it right now?
A little bit, to be honest. But apparently there's a library in town, so I might be able to find some new books to read, which would be lovely.
I've got a book if you want to read it.
You do? Which one?
It's
What is it?
poetry. I don't know whether you're interested in poetry.
Yes.
Okay.
What kind of poetry?
Like philosophical poetry.
Who's it by?
The Untitled Chapter. Don't know if you've heard of him. He's an Iraqian poet, actually.
Oh, great. Arrakis. Have I heard of him?
No.
Can't say I have, but I'm willing to give it a go.
I'm going to dig out a very, very tattered book of poetry from my bag and pass it over to you.
Thank you.
They're all kind of like short philosophical poems. And it's clearly been marked through things like underlined and dog-eared.
You read just like I do. And then I just like show him one of the pages from the book on Arcane Foci where I've like made my own notes and drawn diagrams and things over it. Do you want to swap?
Not really.
Fair enough. Stuff it back in my bag.
Yeah.
And start reading that one before I wake up for the day.
Yeah. Unless anything else, I'd say you all convene around the same time downstairs and some food has been prepared and brought out for you. It's sort of like hearty oats with berries and a little bit of cream and stuff.
Morning.
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 Did you sleep better?
I did, actually. This is probably going to sound strange, but I had a dream last night. And I don't normally dream. I don't remember dreaming ever. So that was kind of strange.
What did you dream about?
Just somebody that I used to know. But I slept well, and I feel much better today. Thank you.
Was it a good dream?
It was a dream.
I suppose you don't have much basis for comparison.
Not really. No, I literally can't remember ever dreaming in my life.
It's interesting.
A lot of people don't remember their dreams, to be fair. But they can usually remember some.
So what's the plan today?
Well, there's a lot of things a lot of different people want to do.
And there's the games.
And there's the games. I definitely want to get my back looked at as soon as I can. But I'm also willing to wait if there's other more important things going on.
Has there been any sort of like timetable of the games posted anywhere?
Oh yeah, do we know like
Not
what
really,
events
no.
are when?
You know, no. When you walked through the docks, you saw everything being set up. So you saw at some points stages, rings, like a boxing ring, a raised dais. You saw a high gantry, which was built like basically like a high level like mezzanine, essentially, built of wood. People could watch stuff from. You saw everything is being prepared. You know from just chatting around that it's basically like a free-for-all. Come when you want, and just turn up to an event, wait until there's a free spot, compete, and then you can just get back in line and compete again. So basically, yeah, you just compete as often as you want, and there'll be someone there tallying something up for who won of which town.
The most relaxed sporting event ever, right? So we all know that then?
Yeah, like just from chatting around with like people on the ship, people in the town before.
The barmaid last night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've been able to get that information. It's very commonly available.
So I don't know, do we want to all stick together, or do people want to kind of split up and do their own thing?
Well, I think we should at least check out the games together.
Yeah.
Seeing as we agreed to do them.
Yeah.
You head down through the city. The sun is shining. The rain-slicked streets from last night have dried up, completely evaporated. You hear the sounds of birds keening and shrieking and sort of swooping down, stealing food out of people's hands. Dozens and dozens of people moving through the city. The pennants and banners just streaming everywhere. You see bunting between streets with dashes of green and blue and red. Just everywhere. The whole city is alive and people are moving about, many in the direction of the docklands. You follow them down, the noise increase and get out. You stand looking out over the docks, this majesty, this incredible just mess of noise and people and activity. You see probably 20, 30 rings and stages and sort of little small arenas. Where the dock opens up, you see a number of boats which seem to be racing around marked buoys out in the harbour. Closer up to you, you see two boats sailing towards each other, and as you look closer, you see that these are small sort of like little bosun fishing boats with people in the small mast of them holding what seem to be an oar in place of a lance. And as you look, these boats are getting closer and closer and closer to each other before they almost collide. The lance is hitting and striking. You see one small figure from the mast be flung bodily off the ship and land in the harbour to a tumultuous cheer. It's reminiscent, you'd all know of jousting. Renard, you've seen jousting, and this blows your mind. It's an aquatic jousting experience. It's a sight. You hear the clanging of metal and see two people going at each other with what seem to be blunted blades and simple armour. A cheer comes up as you see cannonballs being hurled through the docklands. You see a rack of targets and a number of figures against them, stringing bows and loosing arrows, letting loose blades and axes and launching them at targets. You see stands everywhere, stalls selling food and drink and scarves and sort of accoutrement to wear and all sorts, and it is very much just a festival games atmosphere. Is there anything you'd like to go to in particular? Would you like me to list out all the activities?
Yes, please.
Okay, so there is the Sailor's Joust, there's rigging climbing on one of the high long ships, cannonball hurling, sailing, fishing, the greasy wyvern wrestling.
Excuse me.
You see like what seems to be like a sand ring, and this small draconic figure, blue, probably about 2-3 meters in length, which is shining and slippery, and you see people stepping into a ring next to it, and the wyvern sort of reaching its wings up, and like a giant dog that looks excited and happy, it's sort of bounding about next to them before staring them down, rising up above them, and then tackling on the person. You see the two of them rolling in the dirt, this little cloud of dust coming up as they try and pin each other down, and the wyvern easily gaining bearing on this one person, its two wings like driving their shoulders down to the ground before its neck dipping down, and there's this enormous forked arm running up the side of their face before a bell is bung 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 bung.
Wyvern wins again.
What a surprise!
You see people diving off the aft of a ship, with a sign nearby saying they're diving for cannonballs, essentially. You see daises and platforms where people are wrestling, where people are fighting with blunted blade, the archery, axe throwing. You see a long trestle table where people are gorging on pies and just putting back pints of beer and ale. What would you like to go up to?
Definitely not the wyvern thing.
Are you sure?
I like it. That looks like fun.
Boblem, I think you'd be good at that.
That looks like fun.
Out of anything else, you could tell the women just to
Yeah.
let you win, right?
Like wrestling the hugs, you know?
I think you should.
You can do that. I'm way over here.
What would you like to go up to first?
I think I'm going to lead Boblem up to the women. First, I'm going to come on.
I'm gonna be first. Okay.
You head down, sort of push through the crowd, and it looks like there's not a very long queue. There's lots of people in there. But you see one orc like step bodily out and sort of looking dazed and takes back his things and lifts his hand up. Everyone lets out this massive cheer. And you see a smaller half orc. Come on, step up, step up! Who's gonna take a bow? Who's gonna take a stand? Who can match the draconic lineage, this mighty beast? And
Boblem puts up his hand. I like to try it.
sir, step forward, please, 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 if you will.
He hands his hat off to Astra. You don't mind?
Of course. Do you want me to hold your backpack?
Yes, please, and hold the staff.
Yes.
You're ready for the
back
picture?
Step right up, straight up, and I see you're representing Wilson's Landing. What's your name, sir?
Boblem.
Boblem. Wonderful. Take that down. And a human to the side scribbles down your name and puts up a tally. You see them pull out a hourglass and prep it, ready to push. Okay. The challenge is to see how long you can last before being pinned by the wyvern. This may hurt. You may get thrown around a little bit. Are you prepared to do this, sir?
Oh, this sounds like so much fun.
He can handle it.
He is gentle. Okay? He was born with no teeth.
What's his name?
Do you know what? I've never asked, but
You could ask.
If you want, I can ask him.
you are more than welcome to, sir. But he's very friendly. He is big, and you look over and you see him like kicking up these little spirals of dust. And he looks out to you, and you see this row of horns flip up on the top of his head. Sort of comes up as close as he can, like to the edge of the ring, and his neck winds over and is looking out at you.
Okay.
He's so cute.
Elyse is backing the fuck away. It just looks very uncomfortable on this.
Well, sir, if you're ready, you step into the ring.
Boblem rolls up his sleeves.
Yeah. Let's see how long Boblem from Wilson's Landing lasts against the mighty wyvern. You ready? Ready. Dum! Bell hit. You see the hourglass locked into place and sand begins turning. Okay. You step into the ring. This dice of about probably 20 feet diameters. They're like a sand pit, basically. There are close to 100 people watching around. You look up and the faces all just blur into one of people yelling and cheering and like, raising drinks, and all of you see this. Boblem, who is tall, steps in, the room dwarfs him, standing up probably close to his height and a half, pretty much.
Tall indeed.
Its eyes look down on you, its body staying where it is, but the head and the neck moving, winding down close to you.
Does it speak Draconic, or is it speak with animals?
You can try to speak Draconic.
You spoke Draconic to the last weapon.
Yeah, I try and speak
That was
Draconic and go, hi, what's your name?
Like that, its head just it like rears back, and you will hear Boblem letting out this And you're back. Boblem, you hear name?
What you call yourself? What your friends call you?
Play?
Play!
Play.
We can play.
Roll initiative. Okay. The head rears back and dives forward for you. Make an attack. It's basically you're gonna roll to hit, and then it'll be a grapple check essentially.
19.
19.
Yes, Boblem, go,
Yes,
Boblem! Hug that wyvern.
So Boblem tries to like step from around it
Yeah.
and like hug it from behind.
Yeah. Okay. As its head rears back and then shoots forward like a striking snake, you dodge out the side and pull down. You grab basically the back of its neck and just use its own weight. As it's moving forward, it went for you. You use that own weight. You let it slam itself into the dirt and just boom, you put your chest down on the back of its neck. Its head turns around and just fun. Its head is wiggling about in your direction. The wings beat against the dust. Make a strength check.
Oh boy. Yeah, 4.
You beat it. The wings beat down and you manage to just lever yourself into position, putting your elbow basically in the crease between the wing and the neck itself, and one wing is solidified down, the other beats in the dust. This scream emerges out. The rest of you see the orc step back and it's supposed to be how long they last. I've never seen someone hold it before. Okay. Another turn, so it's your turn again. Are you doing anything else?
I'm gonna be like, you having fun?
Fun! Yes, fun! Go on, Boblem! You hear this? Boblem, Boblem.
He pets it a little bit as he's holding it down.
Okay. Its head like swings past. It tries to basically butt you with its head.
Yeah.
But you're able to get out of the way easily. Are you doing anything else for your turn? Actually, if you can make a strength check.
Yeah.
Because it's going to try and escape.
Nice.
19.
19. Its wings comes up. We have to basically slide your leg out over the membrane of the wing and just push it down. You've got it pinned in place. You beat it.
I'm so good at this.
And then the tips of the wing. But then it just.
Oh, this farm boy.
The head sort of snakes around and just boom, like butts against you, not in like an attack, but just boom.
Yeah.
Its head bumps you. Its head probably about the size of your torso, close to.
I rest my forehead on his forehead.
Fun. You stand up and push yourself off, and it merges back to its full height. Its wings flip out, and it shakes itself like a dog. This cloud of dust just washing over you.
Yeah.
Before the comforting presence again of its head butts you on the forehead. Silence. Before. People of Lakeside, you have witnessed a sight we have never seen before. Need I not tell you that not many people successfully wrestle the wyvern to the ground. Most walk out of here battered and bruised. How are you doing, Robert? Looks over to the orc and just... We'll call that 3 points for Wilson's Landing. The cheer from the blue-clad people in the audience. Yeah! And they're sort of resigned, like, yeah, all right, from the others. The whole lady comes up and shakes your hand, and I think he took an affinity to you, you know?
Oh, it's lots of fun. It's a good wyvern you got back there.
He's a good boy.
Or Boblem leaves the ring. He rests his forehead on the wyvern's forehead again and just says in Draconic, friend.
Friend.
Gives her a pet and then goes.
You see it turn and dip its head into like a large open trough almost, and it looks to be like soft food. You can't really determine what it is. You don't really want to look. Dips its head into that, comes out. A new challenger enters the ring. The wyvern makes short work.
Boblem, that was amazing.
That's amazing.
That was really fun, guys. I think you should try it. I end up a bit greasy though, and he all of a sudden realizes how covered in grease.
There's a lot of grease and a lot of dust stuck to the grease.
Do you want me to sort that out?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Prestidigitation clears you.
The dust falls off. You see a number of people around you go, A small child just looks up at you like, Papa, what's that? You don't say that. You say, who's that? Papa, who's that? I don't know.
It's Boblem, the mighty wyvern wrestler.
Oh.
Champion, icon, legend.
Oh,
Truly.
Boblem blushes.
Leads their child away like, yeah, okay.
As they're going away, Astra makes with prestidigitation, a little spark of sparks and clouds for the little kid.
They're looking back, tugging on their dad's hand. Yes, I know. Okay, would anybody else like to try anything else while we're here?
Diving.
It's
Okay.
rigging for
Yeah.
climbing. Although with a massive injury on my back, maybe not yet.
Yeah, that's fine. You know it'll be around for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. You head up to the Odostes, one of the largest ships, and then probably about 20-30 people on there. You see 2 water genasi, you see a triton, you see a number of elves as well, who will give you a nod as you approach, all sort of limbering up, and stretching off. Most of them have taken off some of their clothes, so they're either topless or in some sort of binding or something.
Cassie will dress down.
Yeah. You'll find a robe. You got your sort of
He
leathers
folds his
underneath.
clothes and his armor on top.
There's a smaller gnome who... Signing up, Wilson's Landing?
Right.
Wonderful. Okay. There is a cannonball, a shot, below this ship. 3 each. First to bring it back up to the surface, wins the mark.
Watch Astra and be like, you want to inspire him a little bit?
I mean, I could, but I don't think magic would be allowed.
It's up to you. It's not casting a spell. There are no visible things. So it's up to you whether you choose to do that or not.
It's just a song, Astra.
Your friend sang a song. We're going to arrest you.
Might need it for a strength check.
He'll pull his loop forward and play the song that you know.
Okay. Like stamina rising in you, you feel the hairs on your arms, on the back of your neck rise up, and the rest of you, looking at Cassian, you see his pupils dilate.
What die is that?
1d8 for an ability check, attack, roll, or saving throw.
You see the water genasi moves to the aft of the ship. As you step forward, welcome. I'm Corral.
Cassian.
Pleasure. Seems you don't have anyone visiting from Katelyn Pier today. Might just be us for this bout.
Maybe so.
Good
May the
luck.
best man win.
May they indeed. Okay. The bell was rung. You see Aquadel leap backwards and dive off the back of the ship.
Yeah, I don't even hold my breath.
Yeah, nice. A second passes and you break the surface of the water. And bubbles stream past your face and you swim down, easily accustomed to this environment with your new abilities. And push down. The light dims after a few feet. You see the form of Aquarel next to you, carving a path through the water. You're probably about 10 feet away. You see the seafloor is probably between 40 and 50 feet down. Okay? You swim. Matching. Well, yeah, what is your swimming speed?
30 feet.
Yeah, okay. Almost matching Aquarel, who you see looking over. And you know, He picks up his speed, and you do too, matching his as you move underneath the shadow of the Odostes. Make an investigation check. Do you have dark vision?
Yep.
You do. Nice.
Don't select things. 16?
16. DC 16.
Nice.
You move and you look and you look and you look. It takes you a moment, but hidden under some detritus, you see what seems to be a large lead shot, about the size of your head, painted with a blue stripe
Cool.
on the side.
Grab it.
You move down to it. Okay, make an athletics check.
So you have to use the inspiration die. You can use it after you roll, but you have to use it before you know the outcome of the roll.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, I'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Oh, so did you use the inspiration on that?
Yeah, I'm using inspiration on this one. -2, 13.
13, okay. You get to the bottom, put your hands around the cannonball, squat on the seafloor, looking up, and you look at the shadow, the underside of the ship, and push off the surface floor. You begin to move up. You see Corral struggling with the ball underneath the ground. Okay, make another one.
Another athletics check.
Yep.
You're nice to me, white dice. Now you won't be. 11.
11, okay. You swim, and you swim, your legs kicking the weight of the cannonball, keeping you down. You don't move as quickly as you like. Okay? Corral pushes up, catches up to where you are. Make another one.
5.
5, okay. Both of you, your legs kicking frantically. You seem to be making a little bit of ground upwards, but not enough. If your momentum doesn't keep up, you'll probably start going back down again. Okay. Try again.
Just go through all my dice. It's going down 3.
Use the white one.
2. Both of you begin to sink. Okay. You're back down to the bottom, essentially. The rest of you are looking out at still waters.
I think you drowned.
Okay, try again.
Don't say
I'm
that.
fine. I don't know about this other guy. I'm fine.
He looks over to you, and you see him, his chest inflating, and sort of inflating and deflating as he's breathing in the water, but he's looking at you as well with just this quizzical look. Okay.
2.
You don't manage to get off the ground. You see him kick off again.
What are you going to do?
Are you doing anything else before the roll?
I could use Mystic Step. No one would necessarily notice in the water.
He would notice.
Would he?
Really?
You don't know. He's 10 feet to the side of you, and he's just got like 10 feet up as well. So he's got about 35 feet more to go. He's not currently looking at you, he is looking up.
Yeah, I'll use it to match him. Do it.
He's not, if you do it, you'll go way above him.
Yeah, I'll wait until he's exactly 30 feet and then just do it to match him and sort of be kicking my legs as if. Yeah.
Make a sleight of hand check.
None of these dice are being nice to me today. Oh, that's better. 20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay. You watch, and this plan formulates in your mind. You see him, I'd say gaining ground, but gaining water, I guess. This stream of bubbles surrounds you, and you flit upwards, level with him.
Yeah.
You see his legs kicking furiously as you're about like 10 feet from the surface of the water. Make one more.
Come on, Cassian.
Come on, Cassian.
2.
You both dip. One more.
7.
7. You push to the lead, and your head breaches. All of you see the familiar warm brown skin tone of Cassian. Black hair plastered to the side of his face. As he whips out, a yell goes out, and a rope drops down next to you. You clasp the rope, and You hold on with both hands, with the cannonball nestled in your arm, and you feel yourself yanked and pulled up under your arms. A second later, you see Akira. His head nearly goes back down under again, and he pulls himself back up and latches onto the side of the ship.
I hand the ball to the nearest person.
Rolls along the ship. You beat him by 1.
Like those dice, it's like, oh, Cassian does a magic thing. Oh yeah, 20. Cassian tries to do athletics.
They know.
They know.
Well done, Cassian!
You are welcome to board with cheers.
Yes, I flip my hair back and do a little bow. And then put my clothes back.
Tally is marked off for you. Akira climbs out with the help of the rope and comes up and shakes your hand and does sort of look at you quizzically and sort of like looks you up and down and I didn't take you for a sea elf, but
I'm not.
oh. Curious. Enjoy the games. And dries off and puts their clothes back on.
I was not watching. After like Cassian hadn't come up again within like the first minute, I was just like, can't look at this.
Yeah.
He's alive, don't worry. Cool.
He comes back glistening.
Still can't look at him.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
Well done.
It's a shame we can't see more from up here. You just kind of disappeared for a couple of minutes and then appeared.
Games are often like that.
Oh,
You don't see that much.
It's quite a heavy cannonball.
you did really well though.
Thank you.
Are you alright being in the water for that long?
Oh, it doesn't bother me at all.
That's impressive.
You make your way off the ship, back into the hubbub of the games, and it takes you in once more. I think that's where we'll carry on next week. That was good, and there's lots more to come, I'm sure.
Games.
Boblem!
Boblem and Cassian! Yes, well done. Thank you everyone so much. This has been wonderful. Thank you.
One word.
Thank you one word so much.
Thank
you, Indiegogo supporters.
Yes.
For all of this. And yes, again, for the Wormwood codes, check out the description down below where we have 2 discount codes. One for free domestic shipping in the US and one for $10 off international shipping. Get yourself some nice.
Yeah.
Until next week, thank you for being part of our story. We love you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We love you! We love you!
Blessed evening, friends. It's Sariel here. Thank you for joining us once again, and we hope you're enjoying the Lakeside Games. We'd like to give a special thank you to all of our backers on Indiegogo, as your support has been crucial in the construction of our brand new set. You can still use our wonderful discount codes from Wormwood Gaming Supplies on any item at wormwoodgaming.com. Use code LIFEOFPARTY for free US shipping and LIFEOFPARTYINT for $10 off international shipping. Thank you as always to our executive producers, Caitlin Ferguson, Alexandra Johnson, Liam Moran, and Emily Hogarth. If you'd like to support our project, you can do so over at patreon.com/NyxRising or via the join button on YouTube to get bonus D&D content, bloopers, world building extras, and more. Until next time, may the Moon Mother's grace guide you, and we'll see you on Wednesday.